They often say that Lake Superior never gives up her dead. On November 10, 1975, a monster storm with waves taller than three-story buildings swallowed the largest ship in the history of the Great Lakes. The SS Edmund Fitzgerald, 29 men, 26,000 tons of iron ore, gone from the radar in a split second without a single distress call. Today, we are not just retelling a history lesson. We are doing something bolder. Imagine you are sitting inside a submersible, alone amidst eternal night, diving to a depth of 530 feet to awaken a legend. Hold tight to the controls. The pressure down here is enough to crush anything except memories. Do you see those white specks drifting through the light? That is not snow. That is marine snow. The remains of billions of plankton falling to the bottom, coating everything in a thick dust of time. And there it is. Look. Out of the darkness, that massive steel wall emerges. Even after lying here for nearly half a century, the majesty of the Big Fitz still makes one shudder. The red paint of the past has given way to rust and soft coral clusters. Nature is slowly digesting man's greatest engineering. There is the fatal lettering EDMUND. The raised letters are now home to blind crustaceans, crawling across that legendary name, completely unaware of the tragedy that unfolded here. We have found a crack, a fatal wound on the ship's side. Do you have the courage to go inside? Be careful. Just the slightest touch and 50 years of accumulated sediment will explode like a fog cloud, imprisoning us forever in darkness. Here it is, the bridge. Once the brain, the beating heart that commanded the vessel, now it is terrifyingly silent. Look at that steering wheel. It once lay in the hands of the bravest sailors, battling the century's most violent storm. Now brain coral grips it tight, as if wanting to take the captain's place and steer the ship on its eternal voyage along the bottom of the abyss. The pressure gauges, their needles have stopped forever at that fateful moment. A pair of binoculars remains on the table. What did someone see through them for the very last time? A tidal wave? Or the darkness swallowing them whole? Leaving the bridge, we drift into the living quarters. This is where the emotion becomes heaviest. It is no longer just cold steel. These are traces of humanity, a leather shoe lying lonely in the mud. Where is its owner? A disintegrating logbook, its hastily scrawled lines dissolved into the seawater. At this depth, with no sunlight, decay happens very slowly. It turns this place into a tragic yet poetic museum. Absolute silence. If you listen closely, you might hear the whisper of metal expanding and contracting, like the sigh of the aging ship. But the legend of shipwrecks is not just about tragedy. It is also about untold secrets. We are entering a special room, perhaps the place where the most precious items were kept. Look at that reflection. Gold. Amidst the rotting wood and black mud, pure gold still shines proudly and solitarily. A pocket watch. Time inside it has died, but the outer casing still defies the ocean's destruction. Silver coins, jade necklaces, and a ruby red as blood. Why are they here, on an ore freighter? We may never know. In the deep sea, gold and silver become meaningless. They are no longer currency, no longer power. They are just beautiful stones lying next to coral branches. A surreal, still life where man's wealth lies dormant beside nature's eternity. We must leave now. Oxygen is running low, and the shadows want to reclaim their rightful silence. As the camera rises, leaving behind the cargo hold filled with iron ore, leaving behind the gloomy corridors, the Edmund Fitzgerald slowly shrinks away. From a steel monster, it becomes a lonely speck at the bottom of the abyss. It will lie there for hundreds, thousands more years. A mass grave, a forgotten treasure, and a reminder of how small humans are before majestic nature. Lake Superior never gives up what she has taken, and perhaps we should not disturb their sleep any longer. Thank you for diving to this depth with me. If you want to continue exploring the mysteries of the ocean floor in future voyages, please like and subscribe. But for now, let them sleep in peace.